Do not follow your heart. It could be the worst decision you ever make. I'm sure you've seen in these popular movies where a star, a beautiful young woman, is emotionally shattered and she is weeping because she has a broken heart. And then a wise mother comes in and wipes the tear off her face with melodramatic music for the build-up for the climax. And then she says the words, "Follow your heart." Oh my, right? We hear that all the time. And I want you to know, we need to qualify those words. Yes, we cannot just say, okay, this is a universal principle. Apply it in every single person's life, in every idea, in every season. You know, follow your heart. My advice is no. Qualify it. Let me tell you why. In Jeremiah 17, it says, the heart is deceitful above all things. So from the biblical perspective, your heart is a combination of your desire and your decisions. It is much more robust than the definition we have, or at least the common connotation that we have about heart. Now, when we say follow your heart, for many people it means follow your feelings or follow your desires. What if your feelings will lead you to the wrong decision? I think I'm old enough with my own errors and mistakes in life to tell you that following your heart can lead you to the right place or to the wrong place. That is why in our gospel for today, Jesus says, if you want to become a disciple, deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow me. He did not say follow your heart. He says, take up your cross, deny yourself, and follow me. Follow Jesus. He did not say follow your heart. The words before that says, take up your cross. Meaning, do the difficult stuff. Sometimes you'll have to go against your desires. If I'm going to be that wise mother, and if you are right now have a broken heart, or you are in crisis, or at loss, or no direction, and you don't know what to do, this will be my advice to you. It will not be follow your heart. I will tell you, follow God's heart. Follow His ways. And yes, you've got all these emotions. Feel them before the presence of God. Do not deny it. With a posture of humility, allow God to comfort you. Allow Him to strengthen you. But here's the thing. You feel your feeling, but do not follow your feelings. You feel it. You embrace it. You acknowledge it. But you follow your faith. You follow the Lord. And today, the church has blessed us with two role models of that. He just canonized Saint Pier Giorgio Frassati and Saint Carlo Acutis. There are models of our faith. Pier Giorgio, he says famously, verso l'altro, go up. So meaning level up your being a disciple of Christ. His love for the sick, especially the poor, powered by the Eucharist and his love for Mary. He loves climbing the mountain with his friends and of course sharing the gospel, praying the rosary, and leading them to apostolic work, meaning to the care for the poor. He loves to go to opera, to the museum, music and art. Very ordinary young man. But he loves more the letters of St. Paul that leads him to the zeal of fraternal charity. You know, he will always sacrifice his vacation. He said, if everybody leaves Turin, his place, who will care for the sick man? Who will take care for the poor? And so, even at the eve of his death, with a paralyzed hand, he wrote something that says, take this medicine of injection to converso, a poor, sick person. So even in his death, his heart is for the other. And then, you can know more. You can read. Please, come to know this saint person. It will lead you, inspire you to many things that you are undergoing too in your life, to empower you. Another one, Saint Carlo Acutis. His influence is actually Steve Jobs. He says, he quote from Steve Jobs, "Your time is limited. Don't waste it living the life of someone else." So, because your time is limited, he got the premonition that he will die young. So, he's telling us to choose what is more important in life. And he said also, why people so worry about their physical beauty? Why not focus on the beauty of their soul? So, his love for the Eucharist is so eminent. He said, the Eucharist is my motorway to heaven. At a young age, he was so conscious about that already. He died of leukemia. And in the face of death, his family and friends, of course, praying for a miracle. But he got courage to praise the death. People understood that, and he understood that God does not always save us from death, but he saves us in death. And so, another beautiful thing that he said, all people are born originals, but they die apotocopies. Because of the reality of being slave of conformity. You want to be like them. But you're living a different life. We are all created unique. And so even Pope Francis took that words of Acutis in his apostolic exhortation, Christ is alive, to address the young people to live an authentic life, an authentic disciple of Christ. And he said, I love this too. You can learn so many things about him and you will be inspired. Happiness is looking toward God. Sadness is looking toward yourself. God and not me. I mean, what age are we in now? And we have not realized these things. Him, he lived this in a very tender young age. And the good thing about today is also, yesterday, at the beginning of the conference in the diocese, we were gifted with a first-class relic of St. Carlo Acutis. And so I hope it will come to us and, of course, empower us, inspire us to do the same thing. And if you have difficulty, of course, in the use of internet, the social media, he is the right person. He is the patron saint of internet. For us to be able to, if you have difficulty disciplining your children, or you yourself have some addiction with these tools, ask and pray for his intercession to help you, that there are better things to do and the ways of doing things, of using even the internet, the modern technology, for us to follow Christ. Not our desire, but to follow Christ. Denying ourselves, taking up cross, and follow him. Again, this is an invitation for all of us that there are good people that we can actually pattern our life with. And these are just the two newest ones. Let us then be inspired by their life also as we follow God in our own vocations in life. Amen.